After weeks of speculation that Scunthorpe United could be forced into administration, local businesswoman Michelle Harness has assumed control of the club. The erratic and tumultuous reign of the previous owner, David Hilton, comes to an end after the agreement reached between Hilton and Harness. The club has endured a turbulent decade. It currently sits in the National League North, the sixth level of the English football pyramid. However, it had been demoted 3 times in the previous 5 seasons. In 2022, the club was relegated to the National League, ending a 72-year spell in the Football League. A year later, it was relegated again, this time to the National League North. It is a sad fall for a club that had previously played in the English Championship and who had won the Football League trophy in 2009. The most recent crisis for the club began when it was revealed that the previous owner, Hilton, was not who he claimed to be. In 2015, he received a 2-year prison sentence for 15 counts of fraud. He was then known as David Anderson, one of the aliases he had previously admitted to using. Because of this, Scunthorpe announced last week that Hilton was under investigation by the Football Association. This backstory for David Hilton, to put it plainly, is not an ideal set of qualifications for a football club owner. Following these revelations, Hilton stopped supporting the club financially, and he looked for a buyer for his majority investment. This provoked a financial crisis for the club. In the last few weeks, it was uncertain whether it could pay the salaries of staff and players. Football fans from all around the country helped in the closing days of Hilton's ownership by contributing around £67,000 to an online fundraising effort intended to help cover the non-payment of employee salaries for September. The crisis at the club prompted Harness, one of the current directors, to enter into negotiations. As a result, a deal has been reached under which Hilton would cut all ties to Scunthorpe United without any transfers of cash. In a statement announcing her appointment as owner, Harness said, "There are a lot of challenges and problems to overcome, but David has taken no fee for the club and wiped all monies that he personally invested to enable this deal to happen. I'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of Simon Elliott, who has massively assisted in getting this deal over the line. There is now a lot of work to do behind the scenes to get our football club back on track, and that work starts immediately with the fantastic team we have working for us, starting with the appointment of a new board." Harness is also eager to find a solution to Scunthorpe's lease situation at Glanford Park. The ground has been Scunthorpe's home since 1989. However, in 2020, the ownership of the ground was transferred to another company by the previous owner, Peter Swan, in exchange for £11 million of loans he had previously given to the club. When Hilton assumed leadership in January, he was awarded a brief lease at Glanford Park, but his failure to purchase the park and the adjacent land resulted in a court dispute with Swan. The new ownership group faces massive financial challenges to stabilise the club. Apart from the weekly wage bill, the club also needs to find the money to pay a 6-figure tax bill